You've got to pray to Him, aware of, the bounty He bestowed on you and the trust that He put on you by creating you. Okay, so turn to Him with everything. And again, the lights that come to you, there's a shuhud. You have, when you pray or fast, you pray tarawih, you do dhikr, you have spiritual highs, right? You get into these beautiful spiritual states. That is the closest that you will ever be to the garden before being in the garden. Your spiritual states, when you have this absolute bliss, this absolute peace, that comes from maybe performing the Hajj. That like, wow, you just feel so good after that, right? That like we're just in ecstasy. Okay, that is the closest, that is like paradise. That's like a taste of paradise. Okay? And God sends lights to your heart. And there are two kinds of lights. There are lights that come to the heart. Okay, they're called anwar al-usul. They come to your heart and they make you understand. This is shuhud. If the inner eye, you have the outer eye, the basar, that sees shapes and forms and colors, and you have the basira, the inner eye. The inner eye sees with divine light. And you get light whenever you do good. In the way you dress, you get light. In the way you eat, you get light. You want to keep that light. The more intense that light becomes, the more you understand. And the basira, the inner eye, it sees truth. It sees beauty. It sees meaning. It sees design. So you have lights that come to your heart because you did a good deed. You did something acceptable. So Allah sends you lights. So you get stronger. You understand better. You understand more. And then you have anwar al-dukhul. You have the lights of entry. And these are powerful lights, that come to your heart from God and that want to go in your heart. They want to be in your heart. They want to fill your heart. But they cannot go into your heart if there's anything else there. Your heart has got to be empty. And this doesn't mean that the people you love in your heart, like your spouse or your children, your mother, your father, your brothers and your sisters, it doesn't mean that they're not in your heart. But that's like a metaphor. But it means that in your heart, my heart is for God. My heart is for Allah Azza wa Jalla. And I've gotten everything out of my heart other than that. I don't care anymore about this particular make of car. We need to have this kind of car. We need to have a new car, because our neighbor's got one. I want to have, more shoes. I want to have more clothing. I need to have this. What are we going to fix when the guests come for dinner? And so forth. What am I going to wear to the wedding? Get that out of your heart. Money, wealth, get it out of your heart. Where do you put it? In your hand. The awliya say that handling money, they say, it's like handling a snake. And they say that the power, the strong servant of God, is not the one who kills the snake, but the one who can hold the snake. So they say that with money, it's not that you give it away because you need it. You've got to take care of yourself, you've got to take care of your children, you've got to take care of other people, right? So you use your money wisely. Not like, well, I don't want this money, just give it away to the poor. They say, well, you can do that if you want, but that is not, the highest level. The one is to be able to take the snake and not be bitten by it, which is to take that wealth and to be able to use it carefully, but it's very dangerous. Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, may Allah be pleased with him, said, get the money out of your heart and put it in your hand, and then it won't harm you. Okay, so wealth, bills, mortgage, debt, all these concerns you have. And you've got maybe sick people in your family. And then families always have problems. You know, they have beautiful days and they also have problems. So like, get that out of your heart. You know, and it means be concerned about it, yes. But let that be in your consciousness. Let that be something that you set about doing. But don't let that be your preoccupation. Is that greater than Allah? Or is that going to be rival in your heart, your Lord? And the lights of entrance, they come to your heart. And if it's empty, they go in. And they don't come out. And your heart becomes filled with light, filled with knowledge, filled with beauty. And then, just as Allah protects the heavens from the shayateen, so that they cannot hear the high assembly, He'll protect your heart from the shayateen too. They won't be able to come in. They will be kept out, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. They say these lights of entrance, they're like little birds. You know that if you have a bird feeder in your backyard, the little birds will come to the trees and they will look first. And if there's a cat, maybe even a squirrel, you know, they probably won't go to the feeder. You know, they come to the feeder when there's nothing there, when they know that they're safe. And that's the way these lights are too. They come to your heart like little birds. And if your heart is filled with all sorts of preoccupations, all sorts of attachments, all sorts of concerns, you know, I mean, I can't even think about my prayer. And what do these people say about me? What do these people do to me? And, you know, look how they treated me. And, you know, and then you have, you know, things that are maybe breaking your heart, like, you know, a sick child or a sick grandparent or whatever. Okay, but don't get that out of your heart now. You can pray for them. And when you pray for them with an empty heart that's just for God, God will answer your prayer bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. You will help them bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. But now is the time for you to turn to your Lord and get everything out of your heart. Rest. Get everything out of your heart. Allahu Akbar. God is the greatest. There is no kabir but He. Okay, there's nothing else that deserves my attention now. There's nothing else to look at. There's nothing else to be preoccupied with.